Day 632 being Christopher Cruz. So I was at Starbucks, and I read a little bit of this book on spiritual warfare, which was awesome. He was talking about truth. And then I just had this idea come to me, like, Chris, don't be scared to start small. And I talked about that the other day in another video. Like, don't be scared to start small. You know, I have so much resistance to starting things small. You know, when I launch something, I want it to be like a full brand, like everything is ready. Like, I didn't want to launch League of Lions until I had the first 10 podcast episodes recorded, until I had, you know, the text messages ready to be sent out to everyone on a daily basis, until I had this planned and I had the backdrop set up. And it's like there's this resistance that I have to starting things small, launching small. I remember even when I started my second company, we started with 10 people on our team. It was like not just me and my business partner, it was 10 people on our team. That's how we started the company. That's how we officially launched it. And so, yeah, this starting small. So I just Googled real quick, like, what does the Bible say? Bible verses on starting small. I clicked on the first link and there was this super short article that talked about how, you know, when God gives us something, a lot of times we need to start small. And then they referred to this Bible verse that said, basically, if you could take care of a little, if you could be trusted with a little, you could be trusted with a lot. And it just hit me like starting with the t-shirts is really starting small. Like, that is starting so small. Like, compared to how my vision of how I would launch Warriors of God, starting with shirts is probably the smallest way that I can imagine starting it. Doesn't even involve coaching anyone or talking to anyone. Like, it's just shirts. And it was just like this amazing realization, like, God is giving me something small, because if he could trust me with t-shirts, he could trust me with people. And that's why I wrote down, if he can trust me with shirts, he can trust me with people. But I got to show him that, hey, God, you can trust me with shirts. I'm going to steward the vision that you gave me, and I'm going to work towards that. I'm going to make it happen. And so that was really significant. That was really powerful. And so, yeah, that was like, wow, what a great thing, and something that I completely overlooked, because I have this thing with, I don't want to start small. You know, I don't want to do something and start at a level that is not big. You know, it's just pride. It's so stupid. So yeah, that was just amazing. So I wrote down a bunch of stuff, and I was like, okay, Chris, if God just gave me this seed, right, and this seed has the potential to be something massive, this t-shirt is a seed, how would you steward that seed to allow it to grow into something big? And it's like, I got to give it my all. So I wrote down my values, and, you know, my core 4 values, which are greatness, creativity, commitment, and self-expression. And it's like, if I was applying my 4 core values to this t-shirt, what would that look like? Well, greatness is living into your potential. So it's like, it's me giving my all to this this t-shirt and launching this, like, not half-assing it, giving it my absolute all so it could live into its potential. And then creativity, doing things differently, thinking outside the box, like, you know, having the QR code on the shirt so they could take a picture of, and that leads them to a page where they can either learn something, they could shop for something, they could download some freebies, you know, where it's like actually an interactive thing. And then commitment, like going all in on this, like treating this like this is a seed, you know, of an apple tree that's going to lead to an apple orchard that's going to lead to, you know, feeding the world with apples. Like, it's significant, going all in on it. And then self-expression, like doing it my way, doing it, adding me into it and my creativity and who I really am. And so all of those things apply to it. It's like, oh my God, that's so exciting. Although it's just a t-shirt, you know, it's so much more than that. And if God can trust me with a little, he could trust me with a lot. If he could trust me with something small, he could trust me with something big. If he could trust me with a t-shirt, he could trust me with a person. And so it's just like, wow. So that is just so exciting, so inspiring. I feel like I'm connected to God again. I feel great. The last week has just been, I felt like I've been a week in hell, like a week in darkness, a week without hope. Hope is so significant. And being connected to God, and I just realized, like, wow, when you have unforgiveness in your heart and anger and resentment, it is just not good. And I read something in the Bible this morning that said, if you hate your brothers and sisters, you are living in darkness. And if you claim to be living in light, but you have any hatred towards your brothers and sisters, you're lying to yourself. You're absolutely living in darkness. And I've been living in darkness for the past week because I have not hated, but strongly disliked my brothers and sisters. And it has disconnected me from the light. I have literally been in the darkness, and it fucking sucks. The contrast, because I've been living in the light so much lately, and to feel what it's like to be like thrust into the darkness is just like, wow, fuck no. So I'm really excited. I'm really inspired. And I need to go back home so I can jump on my computer and get all this stuff done, send out these messages to clients, get my rent paid on Monday, launch the t-shirts and the website with it and everything like that, which is just not going to take very long to create. And yeah, just steward what God gave me. Take care of this small thing so he can see that I can be trusted with something small, so he can give me something bigger and bigger and bigger. So thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. It feels so good to be me again. It feels so good to be back. Thank you, God.